Alright, so how you doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, of course, back with another Elaine showcase, and using alongside a unit which I absolutely adore. She is actually on the Elaine banner, so if you guys did summon on the Elaine banner, I highly would recommend not summoning on the banner, especially if you've seen my summons. I went the full rotation and ended up getting, I think it was like 4 SSRs throughout the whole 600, and like one of them was the Summer Christmas Wake and Lilia, so granted that was a pretty good pull, but man, it's just, don't summon. Slime's just around the corner, so you could easily spend your gems there, but this unit is absolutely amazing. I'd probably still put her in like top 5, top 7 PvP units in the game. Her passive is so powerful. Attack Disable at this point is just so strong, and with the amount of units that actually have access to the cleanse effect, or even just like the cleanse card, is near to none. There are only very few, so this passive here is absolutely insane. Basically, if the hero uses 2 skills during ally's turn, applies an effect on all enemies which disables attack skills for 1 turn, which is the main part. The second part here, if using 3 skills, applies an effect which prevents ultimate move gauge from filling for 2 turns. Now, that is honestly really strong. The one counterplay you obviously have to that is cleansing, but with this DN actually having the debuff, or should I say, the buff seal effect, that pretty much stops Margaret. Pretty much the only, I don't know if this actually goes ahead and it stops the, oh, I'm looking at the wrong card here. Yeah, I don't know if that actually goes ahead and stops the like regular Skinny King card, because once again, that isn't really a buff card per se. Now, I do feel like one day we are eventually going to get a character, who knows, maybe the next fairy character we could get have like a cleansing passive, and that might be the final thing that we need to kind of like push the fairy team to be the best team in the game. I'm really hoping we get a couple more buffs for the fairy team. Not a holy relic for this character here as of yet. I do want them to hold out on the festival holy relics for a little bit, just so we don't have a replica of the one situation. But quickly jumping over to Elaine here, if you guys don't know what she does. The first card here inflicts damage equal to 250% of attack on all enemies, disables buff and debuff skills for 2 turns. The second card increases HP related stats of all allies by 15% for 3 turns, and when attacked, instantly recovers 40% of damage taken. I do really like this card. Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to use Elaine with Gotha yet, so I feel like getting that at level 3, especially for the 3 turns, could honestly be like really, really powerful. Definitely, maybe even stronger than the Barn gift card, just because it happens instantly. The only downfall, obviously, of the Barn card is if you die that turn, the effect isn't going to apply. You still get like the maximum HP boost, but it is what it is. Jumping over to the ultimate here, inflicts damage equal to 420% of attack on all enemies and releases 100%. The passive, at the beginning of ally's turn, applies flower petals of the sacred tree to all enemies for 1 turn. Enemies with the effect take 30% more damage and are affected by shock for 1 turn when attacked by fairy heroes. And last but not least, her holy relic increases all enemies damage taken by 30% whilst they have the shock effect. So ideally you want to try and attack with someone first before you actually go ahead and waste all your king cards. Ideally you want to be using something like this, or maybe even the Helbram AoE, which, I mean, we don't have Helbram on the team, but that was yesterday's showcase. If you guys haven't seen that one, I'd highly recommend go checking it out. Honestly, one of my favorite teams in the game. I really do like those kind of like super bursty, just like weird teams where you're just buffing up the one unit. We are of course rocking the HP defense and Elaine, and have a couple cosmetics purchased for her, but this is the team we're using today, and let's jump right into it. But I feel like with the kind of synergy we are going to get with having the True Sigma on the team, we are going to have like a whole lot of counterplay to a whole bunch of teams. It should be really, really good. Honestly, I think our best bet might be going for the king card here, getting that extra shock effect so that we can deal. Does the extra damage go to everyone, or is it just the fairies? Increase all enemies damage taken by 30%, so it's extra damage taken, so might go for that, this, and this here. Quickly try and get that in before the turn finishes. That way, you know, if they have the evasion food, as long as we're hitting with the Merlin cards, or actually I think it's as long as they activate, so you don't even have to worry about evasion food. But I see some really good damage there on melee turn 1, and like, once again, the team doesn't have cleanse, so we're gonna be alright. Having True Seeker Merlin on the team, actually having 2 valuable cards on her is absolute game changing compared to the last team. And actually having a passive, which we can get some value out of, is going to be super helpful as well. Granted, it isn't the kind of full fairy team that we want to be able to run. I honestly feel like we could just finish everyone off here with the king cards. Unfortunately, didn't get another True Seeker Merlin card, which, it's alright, it is what it is, but we should just be able to absolutely clean up here. Really want to try and kill Deanne in this turn. The only kind of downfall I've seen with Deanne is this here. The point is, she is such a good tank. It is so amazing, you know. put the Tamiel Association on her, she ends up recovering health as well. She's really, really good, and once she gets enough grey debuffs, she can do a crazy amount of damage with her ultimate as well. But if you're not running King alongside her, units don't have enough health themselves to actually survive these super strong AoE effects. The King cards, the melee AoE Pierce cards, not many units can take too many of those to the face, so rocking the DM with King is definitely your best bet if you're trying to run like a super meta team. Granted, you can use her on other teams, it still works really well. It's definitely better though. I might actually go for... You only recover when actually taking damage, so I go you, and we'll just merge you for the time being. I don't really know. Just want to rush the Melon ultimate. I do think we have the Melon 5-6 now, so I just kind of wanted to see that damage before we finish this match off. I mean, he already has the bar, like the gift effect up, sorry. I mean, probably could have stopped them from getting it on the next turn, but this match is going to get super drawn out. That's going to remove the... Went for King. Okay. 1, 2, and 3 there. Why not? Let's see the ultimate damage we can do here, getting the HP decrease beforehand, and then we'll get on to the next match. Yeah, nothing too crazy. And what a missed opportunity. I didn't even think about it either until the animation like fully played through, but we actually managed to get the Elaine ultimate in one of these showcases, which, oh well, coming up here against the Margaret is like the perfect opportunity to actually show this team off. Let's go, taking a King, why not? We definitely want him the weakest. And there we go. I mean, attack disable turn 1 and buff disable. He can't do anything. We've also got the dissolve effect, so it's not like he can really like rush ultimate turn 1 either. Like, okay, yes, he can use the... What cards can he use? He can use the Gotha Pumpkin Bombs, the... Can he use Margaret attack? Is that not? Oh, no, I was thinking... Oh, I thought the level 1 had buff disable. Oh no, Elaine. Oh. I look like such a fool right now. Look like such a fool right now. That's it. We'll finish him off. God damn, this. So the level 1 only has debuff disable. Surely level 2 has buff disable, right? I don't have to go all the way to level 3. Even then, like... Is it the left or right card first? Because I suppose if you have her like all the way on the left, you could possibly get a merger on like a good match and like... But once again, that turn's only really used when going up against Margaret, so... Haven't really been seeming to get many True Sigma cards. I mean, if we're getting King cards instead, that's even better, but like, I do kind of want to keep up the attack disable. It's just so insanely strong. Like, half the reason why the Red Gotha is still like, just so meta viable right now is the fact that like, not only can you easily get the unit 6/6 because they're accessible via the Queen Shot ban, the Red Gotha is also on a crazy amount of banners. But attack disable, once again, like almost no units have access to cleanse. The second we get a unit like kind of like a alternate universe Kyo where like instead of giving debuffs every turn, they cleanse debuffs every turn. Granted, that is an absolutely broken passive. You're kind of like a boss at that point, but I surely get something like that, or even like a unit that gives like defense buffs every turn or something like that. Or even just a unit that replaces like Kyo, because so many people didn't play during that collab just don't have the chance to get him now. And a King Kyo team, okay, yeah. Even though we get a unit that's like just gives like defense decrease debuffs every turn, something along those lines, because like, especially when stuff like the Croc Shell boss comes out, we've been given that boss so many times. Honestly, I really hope they stop doing that. I don't mind them giving us these demon bosses during like the events and whatnot, but just some of the previous ones I've had are just, I don't really know how to feel about them. The Baraja one is definitely the best one we've gotten by far, and I was gonna say we've been on a pretty good streak, but we just got absolutely wiped turn 1 there. You see, the King card level 3 is so much stronger, even if you have like ignites or like all these extra like passive boosts and stuff like that. The jump from like level 1 to 3 is actually just different. Like, you can't replicate it. Look at that. Like, it's not even like we're running a weak team or anything. Like, granted, it's not the strongest team defensively. We still just got absolutely one-tapped there. And running super low on the gold as well. Also, really like the look of this team here. A little bit lower CC, which is unfortunate. But, yeah, no, I've been running the box CC a whole bunch. Like, given what, probably like a week ago, I was sitting around like... Well, I think I was like just shy of like 500 million gold, which is once again, like, people have hit the gold limit before. Like, I'm not saying like I was on an absurd amount of gold, but just the sheer amount I've gone through just doing like gear gacha and upgrading rare pieces and all that kind of stuff. Like, we are definitely getting closer, and I still have to grind out a couple more holy relics. I do still really want to focus on getting the deer pieces in order to get the OG Festival King holy relic before I go ahead and grind out the rest of like the Hauser and all of that, and like the Mark 1 and Mark 2 Valenti, that kind of stuff. But you know, I definitely feel like sometime, probably before April, maybe early April, we could probably get around like the 8.5 million boxes, see if I keep up at the pace I've been going at. But I mean, look at that card draw there. Definitely shouldn't have used the Power Strike card first. This is a really defensive team. I was wondering why we did so much, or at least so little damage in that first turn there, but Skill Thunder in the back definitely helps his case. Look at that there. After you use your first card as king, the spike in damage. And they built this unit so well. The power creep between this man and anything else is... I can't get over just how good him and King are. Like, it makes the game so fun. Like, him and Meliodas aren't broken to the point where you... By no means can you, like, not get wins if you don't use them. Like, and I understand some people not liking, like, super strong units in, like, PvP-based games, you know. Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, you know, Dragon Ball Legends, stuff like that. But especially when it's like strictly like one player content, having broken stuff is like what makes the games fun most of the time. And like, look, you can use this king alongside other units and still get wins, or you can just like use other teams in general. And like, you've seen some of the teams I've used on the channel, like you can get away with some pretty crazy stuff. I'm waiting for some of those PvP rules to come back where it's like the buffed rare and SR characters, since now we've actually gotten some of the card sets to buff those characters. I feel like we could actually get some really strong teams out of those. I feel like even if I use the Elaine card here, Melly's gonna die. Why not? We'll go for that there. Get the shock effect off, yeah. There was no way Melly was surviving, even though she's HP defense. That should pretty much wrap up this match here. Yeah, this... I haven't actually seen how long the recording's going for. After it's cut, this might be under 10 minutes short. I might have to actually do an extra match. But I mean, why not? Let's do one last final match, and we'll play a barn team here, which is really, really good. Quite a bit of CC there. Honestly, I feel like it's been quite a while since I've said this, and like at the time of recording this video, I think we're just over 790 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. Hold on, let me quickly see what we're actually sitting at the moment. Yeah, 794 subscribers, so we're just shy of 800, and like within the next 100 we're at 900, and then we're on our final stretch to 1,000 subs. So like, can't thank you guys enough for all the support that we've had throughout the channel. It's honestly been so crazy, this journey to 1,000. Like, I know we're not yet, and we've still got like just a little bit to go, but once again, really cannot thank you guys enough. It's been crazy. I can't wait to actually be able to do that kind of video. And a couple more things I do want to do to kind of like just a couple like little growth things for the channel, stuff like that. Let's see. Sable's buff. Do you really not get the buff? Sable's buff skills to... Wait, what? I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. Gosh. 1, 2, and 3. Why not? Maximize card draw. Oh yeah, we are not doing enough damage to the barn there, and I feel like I can't see behind the Miller book, but I think he's got the Excalibur Holy Relic as well. Does that apply before the turn's end? I think it only applies after the turn's end. And that's only for 2 turns as well. I thought that'd be for 3 turns. Unless you don't break through the shield either, will be fun. Does he go back to full HP? Maybe he doesn't actually have the Holy Relic. The Excalibur Arth Holy Relic, I would highly recommend investing in, like, especially if you haven't been fortunate enough to actually have pulled the Trader Meliodas or the King. Like, this team here, probably one of the better teams in the game. Unless maybe you have like Amelia and True Seeker Melon or some build like that. You could run a unknown team, that's for sure. It's up to you, of course. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see if we can manage to kill with that there. I feel like once he actually gets this damage buff from using his first card, we should be fine. Yeah, no, and then the Power Strike comes out and it's just so much stronger than the Sever card. Please kill Barn. Oh no. Oh no, we should have rushed ultimate. Didn't end up killing anyone there. And just not seeming to pull any True Seeker Melon cards. I honestly shouldn't have used her cards until I got a second one. Like, don't get me wrong, she does have strong cards, and like having the Flood single target definitely helps her case for doing damage. That's gonna one-tap the King's Shield, isn't it? Oh no. Let's see, can we survive 6-6 barn? Well, I don't actually know if he's 6-6, but I could imagine, so yeah. Obviously the Merlin survives because she had a little bit of shield, but hey, wrapping up on a loss, it's fine. I'm definitely glad with the stuff I got to say at the end of that one, so there you go, we got crushed by one team finally. But there we go, that just about does it for today's showcase. Once again, cannot thank you guys enough for all the support that's been around the channel. Almost at 800 subscribers, which still blows my mind, but I mean, that just about does it for today's video. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.